Yeah, they go out of their way to put women, limp-wristed women, on their show. I don't believe Ellie or whatever her name is. I don't believe the girl that killed Joel. Like, they're trying to make that girl badass. And it's like, what?
I know it's a little crazy, but at the same time,
Anybody, Tom, that you can knock out of the box with a gluten allergy, all right? You're not the bad guy in the show.
I guess you're right, man. I guess you're right. But they ran out of bad guys. Like, who's the bad guy going to be? Like
This
there's
is what I'm
no.
saying. Married with children, right? Walk into the living room and blow Al Bundy's brains out. See how good the show is now.
Yeah, well, that's a whole different, that's a womanizing type of show. This is now, we're 2025, we're progressive, right? We need women battling. We need to vilify women to get back to men being at the helm of things.
You know, that's like make the women the pieces of shit.
That's right. I say
Like women,
it's a hit piece.
I could see that right now on
It's
HBO this summer. Women are pieces of shit
yeah.
also.
That's how the media is going to approach everything now. It's a new way. It's a new wave. The red
Yeah,
wave.
well, everybody has to be LGBTQT plus minus L hashtag divided by 2. So it's like, oh, hold on. You don't like dudes? Let's make you a bad guy. All right. Have you been discriminated against? Let's make you the second bad guy.
Yeah,
And
bad guys
also,
all around.
we are seeing the birth of the new white guy villain. Now they're going out of their way to change the bad guys who were like, let's say Spanish or Native American, if you can find the 3 left in the United States, and then they would make them white. They'd make them white, Tom. So on purpose, so you hate Whitey. But I digress because I kind of hate Whitey too. But the person that I hate the most right now is Panface from Last of Us.
Well,
We got
I
deaths
think the
all over the place.
best
We got the Pope dying today.
RIP.
Double pneumonia.
That's
Now,
what's getting most of the old people nowadays.
the double pneumones.
Yeah, double.
Hasn't it been like double pneumones is the OG of the Grim Reaper? Like, don't give me no COVID. Give me double pneumones. You done.
Yeah, I mean, poor guy, 88 years old, and then
How do
you're.
you get single pneumones?
I think you're just walking around, you're like, I can't breathe, and the next thing you know, you get a double dose,
Okay,
and
that's another question I have for you, and I don't even know if you have the answers.
I got all
Walking
the answers.
pneumonia, double pneumones. Aren't they all pneumonia?
What are you fucking Howie Mandel?
Walking moans. Hold
Aren't
on.
they all pneumonia? Yeah, absolutely, they're
You
all
got
pneumonia.
walking pneumonia, single pneumonia, double pneumones, and laying down pneumonia. But it's all pneumonia. And is it spelt the same way that cleans your house?
Yeah, it's not spelled. It's all starts with a PN, right?
Is it gyro or gyro, Tom? I don't know the answers to these questions.
Yeah, these are big questions you gotta ask. Maybe
So the
who
Pope
knows?
died, and me and Tom, I've been, obviously I'm the best Catholic you've
World's
ever met.
greatest Catholic.
Pretty good. Even though I've had sex before marriage and drugs. So in the eyes of Christ, I'm probably not that great. But me and my friend have been having a Catholic off. Now, I went to Easter Mass yesterday, and some people spend a lot of that time giving it up to God, saying what they're grateful for. I do it to judge. I judge people. I stare at them. Mostly, Tom, I was staring at their outfits yesterday. Who had less hair than me?
Hold on. So let me walk me through your Easter Sunday.
Okay, so I'm solo.
What's now Easter Sunday look? I want to know name brands, what kind of shirt are you wearing, what kind of slacks,
Okay,
what
so
kind
we're
of
rolling with
shoes.
H&M pants, Steve Madden boots. We got an H. I mean, all by H&M. All by H&M.
Which I look like a chubby gay male if I dress in
Yeah,
H.
well, I'm a 12-year-old twink apparently, so I
Wait, that
dress accordingly.
you're a
So
twink that goes to church.
Yeah, by himself,
Yeah, that's
tapping
screams
people's tapping people's feet underneath the pew,
tapping that ass.
genuflecting way too long. I
Sorry, go ahead.
so yeah, so I'm fine. I'm looking good. I'm doing diabolical vape hits on the way there, so I can just get this close to God.
You go to God complex walking in.
Sweating through my dress shirt from vape hits, going in the parking lot of the church. So just and then get beads of sweat from the coughing, and I'm like, ah, and you got to roll the window down. But I was fucking stoned,
So you're
right?
fried going in there, fried to the
Well, I don't really
gills.
get fried anymore. I'm high for about 11 seconds. Weed's like a whippet to me now.
You don't get anxiety. You walk in there where you're high and you're like fucking,
I get
mind
anxiety when
drift.
I'm not. I get anxiety when I'm not stoned.
That's your steady state. Okay.
So I get in the back, and now every Johnny come lately is at church. So I don't know about you guys. I go to fucking church, all right? I'm in the trenches, right? February 11th, who's at church? This guy, okay? Who's at church in July when everyone's boogie boarding, got everybody surfing? I'm at church. I'm at 5 p.m. mass on a Saturday. Everybody comes in feeling bad about their Catholicism, feeling the Irish guilt, feeling the Italian guilt coming on, Tom. But now they're taking up space. Now they're in Eric's way. So all I could do was judge the whole time I was in church. So what I like to do was first everybody's outfits. I cut them down. I cut them down in front of me mentally. And I know everybody else does this. So if you don't, you're lying.
Yeah,
So I
it's a
assess the
very
crowd.
toxic. It's a toxic place.
The
Go ahead.
church is so toxic,
Yeah,
especially on Easter,
yeah.
because there's no presents being given out. There's no pleasantries. Like Thanksgiving, you got a bird to look forward to. Christmas, you got gifts to look forward to. Easter, you sit around and wait for family members to get to argue. Okay? It's not a matter of when, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when my family will start attacking each other, or for like Joel from The Last of Us.
And then you
So
got
I
the
sit
hand. You got the hand too, right?
So I
You look
sit in
for
the
the
back
hand.
of the church so I can scan everyone. First, I scan it for chicks I used to fuck in high school. Boom. That's the end college. There's like 11 of them in church.
You look for new
Then two.
ones. You look for new ones or no?
Yeah, kind of. I like working that Catholic.
Yeah, of
Hey,
course. You see my new
a
pants?
little wow. So I'm watching. I'm looking around. First, I go hair. Who's got better hair than me?
Okay,
Two guys. Two guys had better hair than me, but might have been 8 years younger than me. So I like to say that's a wash.
that's a
That's a
dub.
zero.
That's a
Zero
W.
zero. Other people, Eric's brain. Okay. So
Yeah,
now we got hair. So I'm 0-0 on the hair. Outfits. Like some guys look like, they broke out their suits
yeah.
from,
They look like fucking
1993 that they
American
still
Psycho.
think that they I'm Steve Madden, H&M, looking good, right? Boom. Done with that. Then these two people walk in. They get into my personal space immediately. I'm in the corner, Tom. I'm away from everybody, and these two people seek me out. And literally, when the guy does the sign of the cross, he's hitting me now. And I'm like, bro, you got the whole church. And then I'm finally like, you know what? I'm done going to church on Easter. Okay. The
Oh, so you're
busy
done.
days, Tom, I'm done. Okay. Because you know what? It's like golfing. I'll give you an example. Every dude to keep their dude card has to pick up a golf club at least once a summer, right? Then you have the guy that golfs like twice a week who's fucking grinding, okay? And then you get behind the dude who plays once a summer. You want to tear your goddamn hair out because you do this all the time. I want to get in, I want to get out, I want to serve my God, and I want to get out. Too many people, Tom. Too many secrets, Tom.
You know what? This is the whole. There needs to be. We need a deeper dive into this. There's because you're not the only one. There's a million people like you going through the same thing,
There's
and
like
I
there's
want to
like
know
almost 2
more.
billion. There's almost 2 billion Catholics doing the same thing as I am, and By the way, everyone does it. You just hide it a little better. But Tom, would you like to enlighten the crowd about how all of your friends have become religious zealots at the age of 40?
Yeah, I mean, I'm ashamed of myself, essentially. I talk to all my friends and how they practice their faith, and I'm falling short every which way to Sunday, no pun intended. But yeah, no, it's fucking brutal. Yeah, all my friends like, oh, Jesus this, Jesus that. I go to church, this and that, and they act like they're better than me, which they
Well,
might be.
because we are, Tom. That's the thing.
You might be,
When
and you know what? Good for you. You got You go to church, you're winning the game somewhere against
I
somebody.
don't I don't know if I go to church more for my love of God or to throw it in your face. I'm still trying to
Most
figure
people are
that
doing
out
that, and most
because
people are doing it.
yeah. It's definitely church. Yesterday was a like people like I hope as many
Check the
people as
box.
possible can see me today. They're like they wave to like nobody that they know just so people see this. You know what I'm saying? And the chicks I used to bang in high school are not looking good.
Wow. Yeah, 40, they're 41 now.
I mean, listen, I feel, and I was telling Tom this the other day, I feel like I look like the guy from SpongeBob with the or Alf. Okay, I have this. I have this dysmorphia going on. Well, maybe it's true. Maybe I'm seeing. Maybe the call's coming from inside the house. Maybe I'm seeing the truth, and my brain can't pick up. Right. So I feel like Alf. That's what I feel like I look like, and it's true. So I don't know what to do. I all think these people look bad, but like
What's
imagine
true?
what I look like.
What's true, Alf?
Well, I have the personality of Alf. I know that already, but I have the hair and the dark circles underneath my eyes make me look like Alf. And also we have the same teeth. So it's perfect, Tom.
Oh, that's fucking good. Yeah, you know what? That is pretty good. You're just not as hairy, I guess, but that's almost spot on.
Hey guys, where's the cat?
But is there is there a moment where you slip on the fucking Steve Madden boots and you go, I'm looking fucking good today? Who is that guy? Is it like,
That was me. See, this is the double-edged sword of
yeah,
my
you go
ego
from
and
Alf to who?
reality.
Alf to
When
who?
my ego and reality when my ego and reality mix up, Tom, they scissor and they just leave me in an emotional mess in the middle.
Yeah, yeah. And then what
I don't know
happens?
what to do. It's either I'm like I literally go
Rob
from I'm
Deerdeck, you
hot
go Alf to Rob Deerdeck to who's the hot guy that you could, who's like the
Scott
hot Eric?
I used to get Scott Disick.
Scott Disick.
So literally in my house I'm Alf. Walking down my steps, I'm who's the second guy that we Rob Deerdeck.
Rob Deerdeck.
Walking down the steps, I'm Rob Deerdeck, and then when I walk into church, I'm Scott Disick.
This is just primo stuff.
We're having a big breakthrough.
This is the big breakthrough, and I think we need to just we. I'm glad we're documenting it. Uh,
Eric's breakthrough.
and then there's Alf at home, Disick at church, and then Deer Deck
No,
in
yeah,
public.
Rob Deerdeck
Deer
hanging
Deck in
out in the
public. The
streets.
skateboard.
Do you know there was actually an Amber Alert out for me the other day? Somebody saw the way that I dressed, and they put it and said 12-year-old with mustache and 20-pound eyebrows
Silver alert.
missing.
Yeah, you're done. You're
Yeah.
fucking truancy.
Well, I'm going through I'm Benjamin Button. I think you even where it was Pat that called me Benjamin Button with problems the other day. But my friend's turning into a dog. So, Tom, do you know about this?
I don't know about that.
Okay, so our good friend Pat, and he'll be on the show too. I told him that he'll be joining us.
He's gonna be a
He's
guest.
I haven't seen his dog, right? I haven't heard his dog passing away. I haven't heard anything about his dog lately. And I haven't heard him passing away. Hasn't been at the vet. Haven't seen a picture. I think they melded together.
What is that? Look who's talking. right?
Look who's talking again.
Yeah,
Okay, I think that was the movie.
that's it with
Look who's
John
talking
Travolta.
again. So I'm Alf. My best friend turned into his dog. So the question is, who are you?
I'm the sugar water guy from Men in Black.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are you talking about?
yeah. Sometimes I feel like I'm. I guess when I feel like I'm looking good,
Well, Tom, you were talking about a rebrand.
I'm still going through it. I don't know. I have a fucked up hair. My hair is done, so I need
So
to.
what's the
I,
two rebrands that we're going between? Because I said you should do
I gotta go
Boatman
bald
from
white guy.
Rambo.
I gotta go bald white guy. I gotta shave my head because the hair's it's ruined. There's nothing else to do. I gotta comb over. Yeah,
Let me see it. Let me see it.
we're
Let me see
fully
the, come
cooked.
on, let me see there. I think it's looking strong.
No,
Yeah, just
yeah,
don't
no,
no.
yeah. Just
Just
don't bend
Tom,
down.
just look, yeah, don't look down. Just like this.
You see that?
Yeah. Don't look down. You're like
It's a
trying to go
fucking
like this.
Pangea no longer. We got fucking
Looks like
seven
you got
different
some
cons.
continental drift on that.
Yeah, we got seven different. We have a shift, tectonic shift on my head. But so I got to shave my head, and then I went. I said, "Do I wear Lululemon and become the Lululemon guy with the shaved head?" But it's too sporty, and I don't play
I think
golf like that.
Afghani scarves all day for you.
What on my head?
No, around the neck. Just
Dress,
like
just dressed like
hold on.
Swiss Beats.
Yeah, you just like around the neck. I
Yard.
am, right? That's what I think I look like, by the way.
That's you right there. That's H&M Eric.
When I have enough LA looks to kill a small horse, that's what I look like.
That's H&M Eric. We'll call him.
This is Tom. This is what I'm trying to get Tom to look like. And I think you should maybe even sound like this.
Panama Jack.
So you uptown Charlotte. Now that's not even an Afghani scarf. That's just a sleeve of a fleece. That's a sleeve of a Navy performance fleece. Old Navy performance fleece wrapped around his neck. I have
Yeah,
no idea what that is.
I gotta go full. I gotta go spend $1,000 at Tommy Bahama and just come out looking like that guy. Shave my
Dude, you
head,
just
get
but if you do
jacked,
that, you're gonna have to go to hedonism. You're gonna be ripping and tearing
ripping and tearing.
for the ripping and the tearing. Yeah, so this is who I think you should be. So it's kind of like a Billy Zane hybrid.
Yeah, Billy Zane Hybrid, but I'm a bit of a fat bastard too, so I don't know if I gotta really work at
No, well,
looking
that's
like
not
this
true.
guy.
When you were holding your hot dog on opening day and I gave you that hug, I told you,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
told you you felt solid in me.
yeah. I'm a solid.
Because Tom keeps
Chubby
saying he's
fat.
tough, so I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him in months. We embrace. He's holding a hot dog, and we embrace. And I felt him, and I was like, "You feel real tight, Tom." And he's like, "Thanks." And then
Yeah.
he came over my house, and I was doing curls, and he goes, "Yeah, you're a big arm guy, aren't you?"
And so the only exercise I've seen you do ever was these bicep curls.
It's dude. It's all publicity muscles, you know.
Yeah, you go for it's all no function.
Well, yeah. When I wear my crop top on the beach this summer, I gotta have some guns.
It's
I'm
like the
going
Indian
full
dude.
80s.
You
Like
know the Indian guy with the
I'm
big
going
fucking
I'm going Bud Light crop tops all summer. That's what I'm doing.
yeah. And then who is that? That's Deer Deck.
So for people that don't know, I'm running a fantasy factory out of my house for young women this summer.
Jesus Christ.
There's going to be rides, there's going
God.
to be creeps, there's going to be thrills, and it's going to be a lot of
You
fun.
got a foam pit in your backyard or some shit?
I moved about 200 yards away from the beach, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm getting plugs. I'm going to get a lot of filler in my face. Whatever this is, Tom, out the window. I'm going to be like, hey, John.
You're gonna
Hey,
have
dude.
your face pulled all the way back to your ears.
How you been, Tom? Well, usually we talk sports, but today we have had a lot of loss. We've had a lot of Joel. the Pope.
Yeah.
My buddy turned into a dog. We've had a lot of loss. Tom's losing his hair.
Losing my hair. It's
Is there
been
anything in
lost.
particular? One thing I want to do before we leave, though,
Yeah.
is favorite after school snack.
Favorite after school snack.
Tom comes home from school, ravenous, eighth grade. And you got to remember coming home from practice, how the amount of hunger was palpable, right?
Yeah.
What's Tommy K's go to?
Hmm.
Because I
Uh,
would actually ingest pizza and orange juice.
Pizza and orange juice. You
I
imagine
would have
doing that now?
heartburn
You'd have heartburn for fucking
for
days.
3.5 years if I did that right now.
Yeah, that's fucking brutal.
All I know is I'd get home, I'd throw on Darkwing Duck. Where in the world is Carmen San Diego? Right?
Banger.
Break out the Cheerios from the cabinet. Probably put about 7 pounds of sugar on those Oreos. Cut up a banana, big ass bowl, and just throw on Darkwing Duck.
I tell you what, man, you're going somewhere. The Honey Nut Cheerios, I haven't had those in a long time, but a nice big fat bowl of Honey Nut Cheerios or some Captain Crunch, and
Yo,
let's call it a day. Let's watch
Captain Crunch.
Animaniacs or whatever the fuck I was watching back then. I'm
You
all
have
in.
to you have to wait until Captain Crunch gets soggy though, because if you don't, it's like eating shards of glass.
No, that's what I like. That's why
Cool,
I like eating pizza when it's scalding hot, just to burn. It makes me
dude.
feel alive.
I don't, you and my father love doing that. Hey, let's
Yeah.
go get a pizza in house. And it's like, no, it's gonna be radioactive hot.
Oh, I go well done, and then the guys that are behind the counter to spite me, they leave it in longer because I'm like, no, no, you took it out too early. Send it back in. They leave it in longer just to fuck me, and I go right in for the bite, and the skin's peeling off my mouth at the end.
Did I ever tell you the free pie story with my dad and Ralph's Pizza? So in our town, we have a pizzeria called Ralph's, and Tom would and me and Tom would frequent that place all the time. And the guy that owned it would talk like this. His name was Jerry, and he go, Ralph. He'd pick up the phone and go, Ralph's Pizza. Want to place an order? So my father, we have a very small town. Everybody knows everybody. My father's driving to work one morning, leaves for work at 3:30 in the morning, sees the owner of Ralph's Pizza with a flat tire. Gets out, helps him, changes the tire for him because he didn't know how to. The owner goes, "Hey, next time you come down, free pie on me." So that goes, cool. Struggling dad, fucking two mouths to feed, wife. It sounds like a good idea, Jerry. Thanks. Next time he goes down there. But no, we don't operate this way. We don't go ask for free things in my family. So what we do is I go with my dad. My dad, before he leaves the house, goes, "Gotta go get my free pie today." To my wife, to his wife, my mom. "Gotta go get my free all day." "Yeah, I gotta go get my free pie today. Just in that manner. We get to Ralph's Pizza. My dad's standing online. He's like, "How can I help you?" No free pie, Tom. We show up, we leave, no free pie. So my dad, instead of confronting the man and going, "Hey, like I helped you with your tire, what the fuck? Like you said, give me a free pie. Let me get my free pie." My dad just passive aggressively would drive by the place for the next 6 years, yelling out the window, "Where's my free pie?"
My God.
So when you're raised by Alf, you turn into Alf.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, I guess you're right, man. Should have gotten a free pie. 3:30 in the morning, change the tires.
Well, guess what? He died. So he got his. Anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know that this is Ernie Watches Everything. And you've been watching with Ernie. And if you haven't seen it lately, go check out my Johnny Boo Bravo because I was watching piece of shit. Tom, the Wes Watson videos have been some of my favorite things to do. Making
There's a new one out.
Hold on, there's a new Johnny Bravo video out today.
New Johnny Bravo out.
Okay, so I'm going to be making a Bravo video today. I'm going to be putting Dan Reardon's video to horror music. That's another thing I'm going to be doing today. Did you see the video?
I saw a brief clip, and
We're
then
going to watch it.
I gotta go. I gotta split.
Come on. You don't want to watch it?
I gotta split. I
Yo,
gotta
so
go.
this is where Tom says that he has to go where he works on a Monday, air quotes. Well, Tom, listen, it's been fun. It's
Hey,
been real.
thanks for the time. Appreciate you
Hey,
having me
hey,
on here.
listen, man, go to church.
I'm gonna need to.